where I left off. Um, okay, so earlier, yes, well, it's now the next day, but yesterday it was revealed that two co-hosts from The View, came up with Razor Ramona. I got to change these names because y'all already know uh, what the tube has been doing, the harassment that's been going on. So now, what you have here, once again, now this is starting to get out in the open. Now, questions are going to get asked, and now the winging it is beginning. And now people are looking at, okay, why are you trying to mandate? And now people are just asking more questions about, okay, what's going on? I wish if people wouldn't have one particular narrative and just tell the truth about the whole Razor Ramona thing and just come to the conclusion, just tell people the truth, that basically it's here to stay. And that basically, you know, jump shots are not foolproof like they've been pretending. Let's just face the fact they came through with this old stepped on, you know, jump shot within a year. Now they're already talking about that you need a, a quick boost. Now I went to see my doctor today, and then before I went to see the doctor, I talked to this brother, you know, um, just talked to this brother who was taking my taking my blood pressure and everything. I'm just getting that routine checkup because um when you in your late 40s, you just got to start getting tested for everything, prostate, colon, all that kind of stuff. Just make sure everything is okay. Now my doctor did tell me she want me to lose some weight, which that's fine. But then again, based off the fact that I haven't took the Zabzuda, and now in certain parts of the Bay Area, they're mandating that you show a, negative test or the card. So now it's like, okay, now I have to do this once a week. So now, like I said, the whole thing with the Razor Ramona thing, if we could just find, the thing is with me, we need to find some common ground. And that's the problem. Nobody wants to compromise. And it's more so the people that are telling you that you need to participate and juice up. And now they're just winging it. Oh, it's a breakthrough. Man, just stop it. The more they try to wing it, the more people don't believe them and asking the question, well, why should I do it? And then you have these flunkies that's not only working for the government, but then you have some of these flunkies on YouTube, trying to tell you what to put in your body. I told you my whole stance is, like I said, I consulted with my doctor. We talked about it. And I told her, and the funny thing was, I told her my stance. She said her stance, but guess what? She couldn't debunk what I was saying about my body, my choice, and among other things. So for you punk ass niggas that's listening, that was sitting up there, trying to, shame and ridicule somebody, I just want to say middle finger to you bitches, because you some bitches. Like I said before, you niggas folded, you buckled, you got spooked. The more and more information I'm getting, the less scared that I am. Now, I never said that the shit was fake. I just, I think it's just showing that this shit just affects people different type of ways. It doesn't affect everybody the same way. But to say that everybody need to go out and, put something in their system that they not comfortable with is just flat out wrong. And you have to talk about civil rights, human rights, and civil liberties. And that's where you have the fine line. And that's where it gets cloudy, which I've been saying. I didn't argue with people that's for it. I didn't argue with people, and not really argue, but I didn't spoke to people that's against it. Now the funny part about it is the brother that took my, my blood pressure and everything, he participated. But he said his stance is what I've been saying is that he feels like people shouldn't be forced to do it. And he does not like Dr. Falsey or Falsely. And then he also said that this thing been around for decades. And that it really came from, and now this is somebody in the medical industry, that it started, that it came from animals. So it kind of make you ask the other question, you know, was this, was this made, you know, was this made somewhere, created in a facility, and then they sent different people, in different places to release this thing? See, I have to be careful what type of words that I use, because you got one disloyal people, and you got people that are pretending to be your friends and your brother and sisters, but at the same time they secretly plotting against you and sitting up here trying to silence you. And don't worry, I'm gonna get on fake ass JoJo, the president, finally speaking on what's going on with those Haitians, being treated like slaves and cattle, and talked about, oh, I was horrified and all that, and these people will pay. You ain't gonna do shit. All you gonna do is send them a letter saying don't get caught on camera. You ain't gonna do shit. I guarantee you, not one person gonna be brought up on charges, and not one person is gonna lose their job. It's once again grandstanding. Like I said before, if you think I'm lying, it's a video that I'm gonna put up once again that further proves what a racist that Joe Biden is. There is a old video of him back in 1994 saying it wouldn't matter to him if Hades sunk into the ocean. But then you have these advocates and these defenders that's part of his political party will give him a pass for everything, and so have the people that voted for him. And I have to ask these fucking content creators, I'm not gonna say your name, but you know who I'm referring to, who love to talk about everybody else's racism, but they don't want to talk about his history of racism. This dude is far more racist than Donald Trump. Because keep in mind, he passed laws that put us in jail. Trump didn't. And I'm not no fan of Trump. So we took one racist person out and put a even bigger racist person in. Like I said before, Joe Biden has a history of saying racist things about black people. But yet black people will give him a pass, but then they was quick to point out Donald Trump. Anything that went wrong, they made it a race issue with Trump, but then when it comes to JoJo, they don't want to make it a race issue. So just like I said, you seeing right before your eyes that a lot of people are just fake. You cannot trust your black politician. You cannot trust your black celebrity to a certain degree, for the most part. To a certain degree, you cannot trust your black YouTuber. Because one thing about me, I've always stood on my circle. Hey, if I'm wrong, okay, fine. I don't mind people feed me information, and everybody knows one reason why people come on my channel and say, hey, Town, did you know this happened? Because people know I don't get mad. I never said that I know every fucking thing. Never said I knew everything. I'm willing to listen as well as I try to teach. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to learn. I tell people if I don't have all the information, put it in the comment section. I'm not emotional like that. Now, as long as people don't say, well, this is what happened, you stupid ass nigga, or you dumb ass nigga, then that's a problem. But then you do have a bunch of condescending fucks that try to come on your channel trying to talk shit, you know, But it's kind of funny they changed their whole demeanor and shit when you on some other shit though. But it's easy for a punk bitch to talk shit, you know, over the internet. But they don't have that same energy when you see them in person though. But one thing about me, I have the same energy that I'll have on this channel that I'll have in person. If you disrespectful to me, I'm gonna be disrespectful to you. If you cool with me, I'm gonna be cool with you. But yeah, all you have to do if you think I'm lying, just Google. Once again, all you got to do, Google Joe Biden's racist history. All kind of shit gonna turn up. Now they tried to block some of the shit, but it's starting to resurface. This man said he wouldn't give a damn if Haiti sunk in the ocean. So that means he wouldn't give a fuck that an island full of pretty much black people sunk in the ocean and they all died. That's what he said. And don't try to come on here and try to no, what he really meant. Hey man, listen, that jive nigga shit don't work with me. I could comprehend very well. And then I also could expose, and I'm also about to expose the FDA. You know, some of their tactics and how they can be bought. And how, you know what I'm saying, they can take money from certain companies to approve a product. And then later on have terrible side effects. Then they want to put a black label warning you about what it can, what it can do to you. But then you got people trying to come on here. Well, guess what? Oh, well, this got approved by the FDA. So fucking what? Still doesn't mean it can't do some long-term damage to you down the line. Still doesn't mean you can't sue the people that made the shit just because it was FDA approved. Like I said, man, these niggas can't fuck with me, man. Yeah. Yeah, right on, Jerry. If that's the case, why people getting it, why is people suing these people that they made that talcum powder that caused them to get cancer? If that's the case, why you can sue PG&E, man? Didn't you see that movie Aaron Brockovich? That shit happened over years. People are really gullible, and it's a shame. Like I said, once again, you guys, this whole thing wasn't about what Nicki Minaj said about so much the whole being impotent. It was about her saying, "Hey, I want to do my own research." Because you notice whenever a black person say, "Well, I don't believe what you say," or "I want to do my own research and then I'll make a decision," and you notice that white people get infuriated, just get furious. They just get furious. What do you mean you want to do your research? Are you saying that you don't believe what I'm telling you? Yeah. No, I don't believe everything you're telling me. Because we already know the history of white people always leaving something out. Hey, get on this boat. We're going to take you to a better place. Man, get on this boat. This is what they get. Get on this boat, man. This luxury boat. And then they put you on a ship where basically you barely have room to breathe in between other captives. And then you on that boat for months. And then the bottom of the boat stinks from people, urinating and, doodling on themselves. Malnourished. Malnourished, starving. Yeah. They always leave something out. They've been always leaving something out. And like I said, these motherfuckers just mad at me because, like I said, once again, I won't follow a script and I won't do what all these other bitches are doing. Because like I said, a lot of these fake black channels, they caved in. Like I said, they got spooked listening to the shit that was on TV and shit. And I'm gonna tell you something. My doctor And she's a nice lady. But the way she was explaining the shit to me about why I should participate sounded like she was reading something off a script that she memorized. Cause it sounded too rehearsed. It sounded rehearsed. It didn't seem like it was coming off the dome. And you could tell when something is coming off the dome versus something that's rehearsed. And it sounded like she was reading something. She was talking to me in a way that she was reading something off a script. And I was like, hmm. So I think what's been going on, they've been sending memos out to people, in particularly the doctors, because the you know because the nurse or or the dude that took or the aide that took my blood pressure, who was a brother, he told me something totally different from what my doctor told me. So as you can see, it's contradiction within the medical field. Why you think them people is walking off they jobs? Look at all the lawsuits that's jumping off that they don't want you to know about, that CNN been covering up. United Airlines filed a lawsuit against the Mandos for religious purposes and just not wanting to do it. Police department has filed lawsuits. Fire department has filed lawsuits, basically claiming that it's against the law, which it is. Y'all got to understand, the left have done just as much damage to us as the right. The far right, the left, the last house to the right, 2 paces left, whatever, man. Because at the end of the day, whether it's dummies or reptilians, they all full of shit. So don't come on here trying to make it look like that I'm some Republican or Trump supporter. Nah, I'm not. Not even close. It's not even close. I don't trust none of them. And like I said, we need our own political party. We need real representatives that's going to go down there, go to Washington and say, look, man, you not going to do this. You going to do this. If you don't do this, or if you don't stop doing this, we going to file lawsuits. We going to boycott. We going to we going to put your past out in the open. We going to do whatever it takes. I don't know what it is why black people are so fucking scared of white people. And why, and like I said, this is oh yeah, because we've been taught to be timid. Remember, love thy neighbor. Pray for thy enemy. Let the man upstairs fight your battles. Well, my question is, how come nobody else lives by that code except us? That's what I don't understand. But these the same people that say they Christians and all that kind of stuff, and they're religious people, but do what your master tell you. Like I told you, it's always been this thing, in particularly with the black man. They've always tried to do that. They've always tried to shame the black man from speaking his mind. They've always tried to hit us with these cliches, these fake ass catchphrases like, okay, I know you guys went through racism and we mistreated your people, and we didn't hire you guys and give you jobs, but now that you're the supervisor, don't make the same mistake that I made where I just hired people that look like me. But then you'll get, and some nigga will fall for that. And then guess what? On the job, he get made a manager or supervisor. He'll hire everybody else but his own people. And then guess what? When you hire that Mexican, whatever, and eventually if you go somewhere else and take your job, well, guess what? He gonna hire his own people and ain't gonna give a damn what nobody think. It's always been that thing to try to shame black people. This has always been the trick, to shame black people and to not wanting to help other black people, to make black people feel guilty about being who they are, and that shit about we got to be different, don't make the same mistake. No, let us make the same mistake that you made for 400 years, where you looked out for your kind and fucked everybody else over. We got to stop falling for that shit. It's over. It's over. We don't have to do that shit. Any brother and sister that's listening to this video, stop letting these motherfuckers make you feel guilty about being black. We don't have to explain shit to none of these Mexicans, to these Asians, to these white people, and to none of these coons. If they don't want to fall in line, fuck them. Stop acting like you owe everybody an explanation when you want to do something. Because let me ask you this. Do the Chinese explain to black people why they look out for other Asians? No. Do the Mexicans and the Hispanics give us an explanation why they look out for other Hispanics? No. And you damn sure know the white people don't explain nothing to black people when they look out for other white people. So why do we always got to explain everything to everybody? Why do we owe everybody an explanation? Can somebody answer that? Yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. So there you have it. I gave people at least 30 seconds to explain to me why we always got to explain ourselves to everybody. When we start checking them, that's what we need to start going back to doing. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Our you know what I'm saying? Our generation gave us some game, and the problem is with us, our kids, we kind of wanted to let them see things on their own instead of teaching them, and now they are deceived. And they are being weakened. Like I said before, that's why I have my strong stance on that whole N-word thing. That's why I will always have a problem with somebody that ain't black that use that word in any. And that's the thing with black people. Another thing, we fighting for the right for white people or non-blacks to be able to use that word instead of fighting for the rights of black people. Like I said, fuck that hamburger helper hand shit. Enough. Far too long. That's been our problem. We've been exactly far too long. We've been falling for that shit. Like I said, I remember a long time ago when the whole N-word controversy was coming up and rap music and white people once again asking why can't they say it and we can, and we need to give them an explanation. I just said we don't have to explain nothing to you. Cause like I said, do white people, no, for real, ask yourself this question: do white people explain everything to us? Do these police explain why they be do these white cops or these non-white cops or these coon cops explain to us why they racially profile us? Do they explain to us why they'll shoot us whether we got a gun or not? Do they give us an explanation? No. Do these banks explain to us why if they give us a loan, they give us a interest rate that higher than what they would give a white person? Do they give us an explanation if we trying to sell our house, they try to devalue the house by 100 grand when it's us trying to sell the house versus a white person? So why we always got to give everybody an explanation? Why for real? Can somebody answer that question? Why we always have to explain everything to everybody? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Well, nah. Like I said, I ain't got to explain shit to you. You not finna make me feel guilty about being who I am. Just because I say that I'm a proud black man don't mean that I hate everybody. And that's another thing. Everybody else allowed to represent them. It's okay for an Asian to represent where he come from. Okay, for a Mexican to walk around with his flag, even though he born in the States and he should be walking around with the United States flag, but let a black man walk around with the original flag, which is the motherland. Then here everybody come, everybody asking questions, and what you need to start doing is saying, "Don't worry about it." For real. That's what I'm saying. Black people can't, I mean, for real, black people can't stick together to save their lives. If we put half the time, or at least a quarter of the time, into working together, whether we agree or not, we would get better results. But we run across people where one, it has to be done this way, or I don't want to work with him because of this. I don't work with him because of that. We can never agree to disagree. We never see the overall goal. We never look at the finish line. The job is to run the race and finish the race and get over the finish line. But sometime during the race, we quit or forfeit, whatever the case may be. I'm willing to work with people. I don't have to agree with you 100%, but if you have the same goals that I have, which is to put black people in a better position, hey, fine with me. I'm willing to overlook everything. I don't give a damn who you're sleeping with. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. What your sexual preference is, as long as you in a position to better black people and put black people in a better position, we can go our separate ways after the job is done. Then you go back to doing you, and I'll go back to doing me. But we can't never do that. And then another thing is this vitriol and division that we have for each other. You got black men against other black men. You got black women against other black women. You got black women against black men, whatever. So like I said, we all over the place. And this has been did to us. This is a structured plan. This is a structured plan. This is a plan that's been put in place for decades. And you can see the difference on how other people are looked upon versus us. Just saying. I just want somebody to tell me that I'm lying, because I'm not lying. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. You can't even get black people to you can't even get some of these people to call out Jim Crow Joe. You know why? Because they voted for him. And like I said, I don't want to say some of these dudes' name, but like I said, somebody need to question these dudes. Now, if you in the comment section and you follow some of these dudes' channel, you should ask them. Well, I just got a question. And you don't have to disrespect him. You don't have to disrespect them. You don't have to say, hey, motherfucker, I got a question. You could just say, hey, dude, I just got a question. You seem to call out other people's racism, but you don't want to call out Joe Biden's racism. And like I said, now they trying to grandstand about the shit that they seen happening with those Haitian immigrants. Look, at the end of the day, I have Haitian in my blood. So those are technically my people. Okay. And they left out the part that they was rounding them up and sending them to Guantanamo Bay. But then again, what else is new with Jim Crow Joe? Because he loved locking up niggas. Okay. So, that's his specialty. Crime Bill Joe. He specializes in locking up niggas. But then these punk ass niggas, when you call them out about the shit he done done with the mandates and all this type of shit, they get mad. Oh, how is he a dictator? Because he trying to tell you what the fuck to put in your body. That's how. And like I said, what happened today on The View, now that raises even more questions. That's gonna make people even more suspicious. And you should be suspicious. Look, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say this again. When the brother told me that, that he took the juice, I didn't look down on him. I didn't say you coon, you Uncle Tom, and all that kind of stuff. He explained to me why, and I told him why I didn't feel comfortable doing it, and it was respect. And that's why I respect Wilder. Wilder said he took the juice, but he didn't come down on people who hadn't. He said what I've been saying. You need to feel comfortable doing it on your own. Not letting these motherfuckers tell you, well, you need to do it because of this, because of that, because it's been proven. And they've been sitting up here for months. They've been sitting up here for months, capping, making it look like if you did the Zab Zuda, it was foolproof. And you hearing more and more people. Look what didn't happen in the past few weeks. Oscar De La Hoya. I don't know if it was revealed whether Brandon Figueroa was fully. It was never revealed, but some people said that he did, juice up. Chris Rock. Now you got Sonny and then the other lady. Now remember what they did in New York. They told you, hey, you have to do it. Or you can't work certain places. You can't get into the movie theaters. You can't come to, events. Yeah. So what are you saying now? And then I seen Kamala Harris trying to wing it. Like I said, all they did is make people even more suspicious because, like I said, now people are going to come out asking more questions. People going to start saying, hey man, if people are still like, catching, the Razor Ramona, then what the fuck use is there to get, juiced up? And then, by the way, the brother that I talked to said that shit only lasts anywhere from 6 months to a year. And he even told me out of his own fucking mouth that he's worried about what's going to happen in the next few years because the Zab Zuda is stepped on. It's like stepped on cocaine. And you know what stepped on cocaine mean. That's for all my trappers out there or ex-trappers. Like I said, town don't judge nobody, because I did that shit for a little while. So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's proven. It's proven that the juice is stepped on. Because you hear shit. Maybe we the ones that should be acting stupid towards them. Maybe we need to worry about them. Shit. I'm just saying. That's what we need to start calling it. We need to start calling calling the jacks. I'm replacing the V with a J. We need to start calling the jacks, calling it a stepped on a stepped on jump shot, because that's what it is. And like I said, I know a lot of you niggas is listening that's mad at me, but I just want to say for real, fuck you niggas. For real. I just want to say fuck you niggas. It's the same way I'm not no doctor. You ain't no motherfucking doctor neither. So middle finger, and I know some of you bitch ass niggas is listening. It's over. So like I said before, just more coming. More coming. But like I said, I had to put shit on this channel versus the other channel. And and I'll explain that shit later on. But anyway, thank you for tapping in. Just wanted to give y'all a quick reaction video. And like I said, they just winging the shit and it's just starting to get more laughable. And now it's just time to start asking more questions. Like I said, now it first they didn't went to regular to what was the other shit. Now they went to the virant, Delta, the mutation. So what is this new one now? What is this one called? The Rick James Delta? What is this one called? What is this one called? What is this one called? The evil eye? And that's another thing. They keep fucking making up names for this shit. And that's why people are just like, man, fuck this shit. Anyway, I'm out.